All right, 2-4. First castle in World 2. Not super difficult. The first gate hack, you do two. This is where you learn how to gate hack. And this first gate hack gave me a lot of trouble. Actually, took me about 40 some minutes to get a decent run through this stage that I felt comfortable enough showing as a tutorial. But anyway, nothing super special about this level though. So just start off, do some jumps here. Don't hit that ghost. I kind of just run off and hit the switch. You can skip the switch and just flutter underneath. It's not faster. Literally, never ever do that in runs unless you just want to die or lose your run. It does look really cool when you do it, but it's just strictly swag. It's actually slower. So anyway, jump off the switch. Doesn't matter how you throw your egg, be it an upshot or a ricochet like I did. Just throw an egg and get the flower. You're running through, and you want to do a kind of a jump to get. There's 4 red coins here, and you want to do another jump to grab those other 2. Just make sure you don't hit that boo. It's not the end of the world if you do, because you don't have any stars yet. Anyway, get those 4 coins and go into the next room. Now, what you can do if you need eggs here, you can hold up, and then I do a really quickly slide my thumb from Y to B. And what that does, while I'm holding up, what that does is it lets Yoshi tongue these eggs through the ceiling, or through this floor section here, if you need eggs. Sometimes I do it because, like I said, this gate hack up here is really finicky. It's not difficult. It's really not hard. But if you don't have your thumb in the exact right spot, you'll fail it, and you'll actually see that I missed it the first time and had to do a second shot. So, but the other thing to note is there's 3 red coins here. You can either ricochet a shot and get them like I did, or just start aiming an egg and just throw the egg through the coins before you get to the door. And go in the door. What I do in this room is I run all the way to the right, throw a neutral, kill that one, run all the way to the left, throw another neutral, kill that one, and after you kill that one, a flower pops up right here. So it pops up and you grab it, and then you go out the door. Now, this is where you're going to gate hack. What you want to do is hold right and then jump and hold up and right. And so you throw an upshot as you're making the bumper wiggle when you jump into it. And if you do it right, you'll see I missed it the first time. If you do it right, the egg will pop the gate open from the opposite direction. And then you really just have to play with that. It's really kind of it's really just kind of finicky. Gate hacks are not easy when you're first learning. So you just kind of jump up into the corner and hold up and right, and then throw your upshot. And what I do here is I just eat a few of these guys as fast as I can without losing a whole bunch of speed. And if you need a bunch of eggs, if you feel like you need more eggs for this section to be more comfortable, then by all means eat those guys. So what I do here is I start aiming the upshot before I get over here. And this part is kind of scary. Can be if you don't know what you're doing. What you want to do is you jump and you flutter, and you throw the upshot, and then flutter back, and then as the key is falling, you turn and you tongue it however many times you need to get it to you. So that section took me a little bit in practice, but that's what it looks like. You just kind of have to play with that section a little bit and figure out what feels better for you. And actually what you can do here, and I did this for a while, is you can actually lock an angled shot and do that if it's more consistent for you, whichever one works. But I find the upshot is more consistent for me. And if you shoot, you really want your shot to go kind of more to the right over here, not enough to bounce off of this thing here, but enough to where it's going to go. If you do it more in the middle, the egg is going to just die before it hits the cloud, and it's going to keep happening. So you just kind of mess with whatever angle works for you. So I jump up here, and I flutter, and you want to bonk right here. And what ends up happening here is I get hit, which loses a little bit of time, but because I flutter right back through Baby Mario on the way, it doesn't lose me hardly any time at all. And ideally, you don't want to get hit there, but if you do, that's honestly one of the best places in the game. If you're going to accidentally get hit, and getting hit right there is not a big deal. Skip that switch, you don't need it. Kind of jump over that guy so you don't get hit. Do some jumps, get the flower, avoid those little slopes, get the ring, jump up and go in the door. Now, what some people do when this room loads in is they just immediately throw an upshot. I found that in my inconsistent self, that as I throw that upshot, sometimes I miss one of these coins. So what I do is I kind of jump and start aiming an egg backwards, and as I know that it's going to get both of them, I ricochet it. And what it'll sometimes do is it'll get those two, and you'll hear that it gets another coin. There's actually 2 coins here, but my egg got that one. So what I do is I just kind of jump up, get that coin, and then I jump through these 3 red coins and start aiming an egg. And you want to aim it, just get it in line with that flower and let it go. And you can pipe glitch here. I just forgot to do that. So as you come out of the pipe, you want to ground pound this thing. And then run to the left to get the stars. Fall down. And what I did was I tongued that star, because you're gonna do a ricochet neutral to hit a star cloud with a red egg, to get 7 stars instead of 5. But I do that. I get this. What you can do is run underneath and get these eggs, and you'll skip that star. But I tongued it just to have it, to give myself an extra star. You want to jump up just kind of like that, and then immediately jump off of this yellow platform and over here, and aim a shot and get this egg here. Or I'm sorry, get this red coin here. And then jump, and I kind of fluttered there. You really don't have to. So you want to grab that guy and then throw an egg at this one so he doesn't hit you. And then I swallow this guy on my way through here, and I did it wrong. Typically I swallow and land and come straight through. And then I tongue this guy, and right before I get to these steps, I throw a neutral. And it'll ricochet, and it'll get 2 stars and then 5 more. And like I said, I do that because star RNG can be a real pain in the butt sometimes right here, and the stars will just go every which direction, and you'll end up with 28 or 29. And you really want to have 30 stars here. You really want to be at max stars here. So then you jump kind of down here. I hit that wall. That was really slow. You typically just want to run down here without hitting this wall. And you jump, and here you must do a perfect flutter here. You must do an actual perfect flutter, otherwise you won't make this. And if you need tips on what a perfect flutter really is and how to do it, there's info on the wiki. But you have to do a perfect flutter there. Just kind of get through these guys so you don't get hit. There's not a whole lot to say about this section. You just kind of jump in the same pattern I did to avoid the fire bars, and you land here, flutter underneath, kind of do a little mini lava skip here. Didn't have to flutter a 4th time, but I did because I didn't want to die. Now, when you come out, when everybody else comes out of this pipe, you'll see they instantly turn around and do another gate hack here. I find that if I do that turnaround really fast, I messed up this gate hack. So I opt for the more consistent route. So I jump out and I get this egg first, and then I run. And it's the same thing, except this time I'm facing left. So you hold left and then up and then throw your egg. And then you gotta kind of play with it and find the sweet spot to make it work. Anyway, gate hack through there and go through the door. You want to run through here, and when you get to this set of invisible blocks, right before you get to the front of this here, you want to duck and then throw a neutral and then walk to the left to get that flower. Now, through this section, there's the last 4 red coins here. So I get that, and I kind of turned back a little bit because I missed it, but there's 2 red coins there. Skip those 2, and then there's 2 there. Now, ideally, you want to be at 5 eggs before you exit this room. When I exited this room, I was only at 3, which it's not the end of the world, but if you get bad bat RNG during the boss, then I forgot there was a mid ring there. I'm sorry. So anyway, if you're not at 30 stars where I said you probably should be at 30 stars, you've got that mid ring obviously that can save you 10 stars. But anyway, you want to be at 5 eggs when you come through here, because if you're at any less than 5 eggs, you have to wait for the bats to fly in during the boss fight, and that's really slow. So I had 3. So you can... I was able to get 3 shots off, and my bat RNG was good enough that I was able to swallow some more without losing a bunch of time. So this boss is one of the easiest bosses in the game. There's really nothing to it. He's like any other Boo. When you're facing him, he's clear and you can't hit him with an egg, so you want to ricochet the eggs off the wall. So anyway, I walk forward and I throw it, and you want to kind of throw it in a rhythm in which you kind of just stun lock him right there. And so I did that twice, and because I only had 3 eggs, I had to jump up and eat that guy and make another one, and then throw another one, and then move up, and I ate another guy, and then I threw another one, and I ate him to kind of have an extra egg going into 2-5. But anyway, that's 2-4. There's not a whole lot to it, honestly. But anyway, the gate hacks, you're just gonna have to kind of play with them, just because it's just difficult at first. They're a little finicky, but once you get them, they're not too bad. So anyway, I'm gonna rewind it, and we're gonna see what it looks like from the beginning.